Hey YouTube, Kira Qualia here, bringing you all an update to my Lianorn Cardfight Vanguard deck profile for post-Knights of the Rebirth. Wanted to incorporate the latest Urara Master deck set as a way to build Leonorn from scratch and also utilize cards from Knights of the Rebirth, giving us some new Leonorn support to work with this deck. So the majority of this deck can be constructed from the Master deck set itself. You may just have to move around some of the trigger lineup, and as I said, some of the additional cards added from Knights of the Rebirth to make this deck all the more competitive and playable. So very happy with the results of all the cards available in the Master deck set to use for it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the deck profile. So we'll go ahead and start off with the actual ride deck. For starters, we have the energy generator, with our starter being Announcing Wind of Spring Corfi, our grade 1 being Budding of Pleasant Sounds Gracia. When rode upon by Brilliant Tune Rectina, you may call this card to Rearguard, which just sets up the grade 1s that you'll use for the boost power of your Lianorn Vanguard. And on Rearguard, during the battle this unit boosted a Vanguard, it gets plus 5,000 power. Our grade 2 is Brilliant Tune Rectina. When rode upon by a unit with Leonorn in its card name, Soul Blast 1, choose a grade 1 or less card from your drop, call it to Rearguard. Once again, just setting up your Rearguard units for you to use with your Vanguard. And also, with our grade 3 being Grand March of Full Bloom Leonorn. The main go-to Vanguard in the deck is Leonorn Vivace, but we run the original Leonorn just as added playstyle, because then we place the Leonorn Vivace on our Bloom Leonorn to then be in the Unison Dress state. On the Vanguard, you can counterblast 1, draw a card, choose a card from your hand, call it to Rearguard, or discard it. And when it attacks, Soul Blast 1, discard a card from your hand. Boost this unit with all your back row units with boost. If you boosted this unit with 3 or more units, it gets drive +1 till the end of that battle. And then at the end of the battle, choose 2 your back row Rearguards and stand them, giving you those Rearguards to then be able to boost the proper Rearguard columns after boosting the Vanguard. Now, the additional grade 3 that we'll be riding into is our March Fleur Leonorn Vivace with Unison Dress when this unit's placed by riding from a unit with a Unison Dress or state, or a unit with Leonorn in its different card name from this unit. Draw a card, and this unit is in Unison Dress state until the end of this fight. And on Vanguard, once per turn, when this unit is in the Unison Dress state, attacks while not boosted, stand all your Rearguards and boost this unit with them. If you boosted 3 or more units at the end of that battle, counterblast 1, choose 3 of your stood units, or choose 3 of your units and stand them, and they get +5 power and drive -1 until the end of turn. So this just gives you the option to restand your Leonorn Vivace on top of your other units to then attack again with 1 drive minus. So then you have a restanding Vanguard power to make use of with the additional Rearguards as well. Additional grade 3s we run include the 3 copies of Resonance Dragon. If your few units boosted a total of 3 or more times this turn, it gets +5 power, which you can easily do, once again, with your Vanguard's ability. And at the end of the battle, this unit attacked a Vanguard. If you have a Vanguard Leonorn in its card name, and your units boosted a total of 5 more times this turn, counterblast 1, put this unit in the soul, choose one of your Rearguards and stand it, just for additional restand power for your other units to be able to attack multiple times against your opponent as well. For the grade 2s, we're running the 4 copies of Ethereal Cadence Lagrasse. When it's placed on Rearguard, choose a grade 3 card Leonorn in its card name from your ride deck. You may reveal it. If you revealed a card or you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Leonorn in its card name, counterblast 1, look at the top 7 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 card with Leonorn in its card name from among them, reveal it, put it into the hand, and shuffle the deck. If you do not put a card in the hand, you draw a card. So this is just meant to search out Leonorn Vivace, so you can always have the Persona Ride Unison Dress power. And on the Rearguard or guard circle, if your back row has 2 or more grade 1 or less Rearguards, this unit gets boosts, having the additional +5 power and +5 shield on top of it. We're also running the new reprinted promo card, Luster Impact Dragon. During the turn, your turn, if your back row has 2 or more grade 1 or less Rearguards, this unit gets boost and +5,000 power, being able to provide boost with the back row Rearguards. And when this unit stood by the ability of your Vanguard with Leonorn in its card name, if your Vanguard is 33,000 power or greater, then Soul Blast 1, draw a card, and this unit gets +5 to the end of that turn. So adding to the added boosted power of your Vanguard, being able to benefit with a Soul Blast draw, and then the additional power of this card as well, potentially being a boost unit to provide for the other Rearguards, or just being able to attack on its own. We're also running the 4 copies of the new Honest Rendition, Sincere Yet. With this card, when it's discarded from hand during the ride phase, choose a grade 3 card with Leonorn in its card name from your ride deck, and you may reveal it. If you revealed a card, or you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Leonorn in its card name, you can Soul Blast 1 or Energy Blast 3 and draw a card. So it's just added, Energy Blast power to make use of in the deck, and then being able to have that added play on from the drop. If you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Leonorn in its card name, name and your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, put this card onto the bottom of the deck, choose one of your rear guards, and that unit's original power becomes 15,000 to the end of turn. If you Persona Road this turn, it becomes 20,000 instead of 15,000. So then you're just being able to power up the additional rear guards that you want thanks to this unit. You have the added draw power with an Energy Blast, meant specifically for the Lianorn deck. So a definite 4-of, so you always have the chance of having this card in your hand to use for the discard option of revealing Lianorn from your ride deck to then use Energy Blast more in the deck for draws as well. We're also running the 4 copies of Rosarium Fairy. When it's placed on Rearguard, retire another Rearguard, call up to 2 plant tokens. So this just helps to set up maybe that one additional missing Rearguard for your boosted power. And also with this card, when it attacks, if you have a Vanguard with Leonorn in its card name and your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, choose one of your other back row Rearguards and increase this unit's power by that unit's power until the end of that battle. So whether we have other units that have increased the power of our back row Rearguards, including those tokens, we can then increase and match the power of our Rosarium Fairy to one of those back row Rearguards to then hit for some even bigger numbers against our opponents. We're also running the 4 copies of Concert of Many Emotions, Parcia. When it's placed on Rearguard, other than during the battle phase, choose up to 1 card with Unison Dress ability from your hand and reveal it. If you revealed a card or your Vanguard is Unison Dress, Soul Blast 1, choose a card from your drop with a different name from this unit and grade less than or equal to your Vanguard and call it to Rearguard. So it helps to set up more Rearguards while just being able to reveal a Unison Dress card from your hand for this play. And at the beginning of your main phase, if your Vanguard is in the Unison Dress state, you may put this card into the Soul, giving you more of the Soul Blast power and open Rearguard space for you to call out other cards onto the Rearguard circles. We're also running the 3 copies of Rhythm of Joy Alentis. During your turn, if you have a Vanguard with Leonorn in its card name, it gets plus 2,000 power. If your Vanguard's in the Unison Dress state, it gets plus 5 instead of plus 2. And at the end of their turn, your Vanguard is boosted a total of 3 or more times this turn. Retire this unit, draw a card. And if your damage zone has no face-up cards, countercharge 1. Just being able to have countercharge power in the deck definitely does come in handy with the use of Counterblast with some of our other cards in the deck, including La Price and also our Resonance Dragon. And the final grade 1s being the Sentinel lineup. I have the 3 Custodial and the 1 Planner Prevent Dragon, just the Sentinels that I've used for my previous Leonor builds. And then the trigger lineup consisting of the 7 critical for the added pressure of our restanding Vanguard, and then being able to provide additional power boosts to our rearguards in the form of the 4 front triggers, the Frenzied Heiress for the additional plus 5k shield, and then the 4 Rhythmica Kiwi. I just find the music, heal to be very fitting for the deck, and our over trigger being Val Newt for additional restand power for some of our rearguard units to then be able to swing again against our opponent. But that is it for the deck profile. I hope you all enjoyed. Just want to do a quick update to the Leonor deck. As I said, this deck focused mostly on being able to utilize the Master deck set that was just released, along with the new support from the Knights of Rebirth booster set. And as always, until next time, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and Kira Qualia out.